Hello everyone, I am Bhumika. I am presently working as a legal intern under Lexis and Company, a law firm. I am from Reva University, Bangalore, pursuing BLLB Honors second year. So quickly let us start off today's topic for the discussion. Today I am going to discuss special contract, that is contract of bailment. So we will be looking into the aspects of this contract of bailment briefly, that is what is this contract of bailment and who are the parties involved in this and what are the rights and duties available for these duties who are for these parties who are all are involved in this contract of bailment. So let us begin with this provision, that is the contract of bailment is laid down under the provisions of section 148 of the Indian Contract Act of 1872. So in this provision, contract of bailment is said that wherein one person who is basically the owner of the good will transfer that good to the other person, that person who will work on that good, and after the purpose is fulfilled, he will return back that good to the owner of the good. So this type of contract wherein two parties are involved, one party will deliver the good and the other party will work on that and will fulfill the purpose of the agreement or the contract, and after that, after the purpose is completed, will return back that good to the owner of the good. Then this contract will be known as contract of bailment. So here what is the names that are given is that the owner of the good who is going to deliver that, he is called as bailer, and the person who is going to receive the goods to work on that and to fulfill the purpose, he is called as bailee. So bailer and bailee. So one side is the bailer who is transferring the good and one side is the bailee who is receiving the good. So the contract between bailer and bailee is called as contract of bailment. So for better understanding, I will try to give one example, that is, you think that I am a bailer. Okay, I am having few books which needs to be binded or wrapped up. So now that I am the owner of that books, I am giving to the shopkeeper who will bind that books thoroughly and give it back to me. So that shopkeeper will become the bailee, and I will give the cost, whatever the remuneration is required, I will give it to the bailee. So this is the concept of contract of bailment. So now we will come to the duties of this bailer and bailee. So first off, what is the duty of the bailer? Bailer is the owner of the goods. So he is having one of the most important duties, that if there is any fault or defects in the good that he is transferring to the bailee, he need to convey that thing to the bailee. So that is the important thing, because if bailee starts working on that good, and that should not affect the quantity and quality of the good, right? So what all defects are there in the goods, that needs to be conveyed to the bailee prior to the purpose has been started among that person. So it is the duty of the bailer to tell if there is any faults or defects or anything as such in that good which he is transferring. So that is the important duty of the bailer. Then when it comes to the duty of the bailee, he is having, or he or she is having, more number of duties. One is duty to take care, first one. So this duty is that the bailee, he should take care of the goods as if he is the real owner of the good. Like as a prudent man, rational thinking man, he needs to take care that good like that. Okay, whatever the goods that is delivered to him, duty to take care. Then another one is duty to not make unauthorized use of that good. Means for what purpose the contract has been laid down, the contract of bailment, for what purpose it has been laid down, only for that purpose the goods needs to be used and not for any other purpose. Like for example, now the purpose is that I gave the book to bind it, wrap it completely and give back to me. But what the shopkeeper will do, he will sell off the books to other person. So that is the unauthorized act, because that is not mentioned in the agreement or the contract of bailment. So such unauthorized act should not be carried out by the bailee. Okay. So next one is that not to mix anything or not to alter the quality of the good which the bailer gives to the bailee. For example, I am giving example because it will be easy to understand. Okay. So for example, now if I give a cotton to keep it with you safely and I will take it back day after tomorrow or such. Now what you will do, you will mix impure cotton with the pure cotton which I have given. So now you will become the bailee and I will be the bailer. So now what is here? You are altering the quality of the cotton which I have given to you. So that should not be done. Okay, so this is one, that is the duty to take care is the first one which I said, and duty to not to make the unauthorized use of the goods, and duty not to mix it well. And next one is that duty to return whatever have been increased in that good. Now for example, if I am bailer, I gave a cow to the bailee to look after that, and then I will be taking it back, and in that duration if the cow's baby is born, then it is the duty of the bailee to return back the calf with the cow to me. He cannot keep that baby. Okay, so that is the thing, that is the duty, that along with the goods which is given, if there is any increase in the amount, that also should be given back to the bailer, that is the owner of the good, original good which was given. Okay, this one is the thing. And then when we come to the next is that duty to return back, that is also one of the duty, that is duty to return back after the purpose is over. He should return back the goods on time. Okay, so that is one duty. So these are the various duties, and one more duty to cite is that he is having the duty to not to vanish the title of the bailer. Now for example, if I give few things to take care, and then the other third party will come and say that no, she is not the real owner of the good, I am the real owner of the good, then the bailee cannot tell that you are not the real owner of the good. He cannot deny my title on that ownership of that property. So that is also the duty of the bailee. And so after looking into these, that bailee is having rights also, like right to remuneration and right to suit and right to lien also. If bailer after the purpose is over didn't pay him, he is having the right to sue and get back the remuneration as well. So these are the various aspects of this contract of bailment, wherein there is duties as well and rights as well, and the parties we came to know who are that. So this is all covered under the Indian Contract Act of 1872. So by this I will end today's discussion. Thank you for watching this video.